Good morning and welcome to Rose Red Homestead, where today we are going to continue our series on using sprouted flour. And this time we are going to use kamut. You may remember that kamut, not only is it a very beautiful golden color, but it is the largest grain size of the wheats. So you may be able to tell that those grains are much larger than regular wheat is. So I did not sprout a whole lot. I have a quart. Our recipe today, we're going to be doing some dinner rolls, and it calls for 4 cups of flour. So this will actually give us kind of an idea of, here's 4 cups, a little bit more than 4 cups of the grain. So let's see how much it's going to take to make 4 cups of flour. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, we'll go with about that much and see what we get. So it's going to make a big noise. We'll get started and then we'll cut back in when it's about finished. I just finished. I have already 2 cups of flour in here. And as you can see, we have maybe a cup left of the kamut if we have 2 cups left in here. So let's check this out. I love the smell of freshly milled flour, and it's warm. So let's see if this is an additional 2 cups. So the proper way to measure, once again, is, if we're not doing it by weight, is to spoon it into a cup and then level that cup. So that's 3, and it's going to be close. Going to be very close.
How did you get so lucky?
I don't know. Okay.
So what you have left is dust.
Just about. So we have that much left. So it took about 3 cups of the grain to make 4 cups of flour. So we'll save this and I'll use it for something else. And I will also save this little dab. I do that, and actually it's not going to make that much difference. I'm going to just put it right in there. All right, I'm going to put the mill away and we'll be right back. So here is our 4 cups of flour. Now I'm going to proceed with the method in this class, sprouting wheat for flour and bread. Now I'm going to put the recipe in the description, under the description of the video, but I'm not going to put in the method. I'm going to say method, see video, bake as usual. And so you'll need to watch the video in order to get the method if you don't already know it. Many of you already know it because I have used it in several other videos. So we're going to mix together the dry ingredients, and we're going to put in, if you use packets of yeast, this takes exactly 1 packet of yeast. If you use yeast in bulk the way I do, it is going to be 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. A teaspoon of salt, and we are going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of soda because we are going to be using buttermilk, and the buttermilk and the soda will react to help with the rise. I have been asked by several people to not put white flour in my mixtures when I'm working with sprouted flours. So I'm going to do that with this and also with einkorn, which will be coming up. So now I'm just going to whisk these dry ingredients together, except I am going to add the buttermilk as a dry ingredient because I'm not using fresh buttermilk. You may certainly use fresh buttermilk in this, and it calls for 1 1/4. So I just need a little bit more. And then I will be adding 1 1/4 cups water to reconstitute with that. And I'm also going to now add 1/2 cup of melted lard. And I need to get my water. So this is 1 1/4 cups of water to reconstitute with the buttermilk. Now what we are looking for is a kind of sticky dough, and we're not going to add any more flour. Now this dough looks like it's going to be too dry. So I'm going to be adding some more liquid. Very much too dry. So I'm going to add another 1/4 cup. See how yellow the dough is? That's the kamut wheat. Okay, so that should have done it. So I will make that correction in the recipe when I put it down below the description. Okay, now our method is this. We're going to do some mixing using what I call the caterpillar, which is this, and then we're going to fold it. And then I'm going to do the caterpillar a second time and fold it. And a caterpillar the third time and fold it. We want to pick up all the dough. And last time and fold it. And now we're ready to put it out on the countertop. And now we start our stretch and fold, which we are going to do 4 times. So here's north, and remember it comes apart at this point, and that's okay, and fold. East, south, and west, and I'm going to cover it. And because we're going to do this 4 times, one entire stretch and fold takes 15 minutes. The first part is that actual stretch and fold, and then we let it sit here for 15 minutes. At the end of that 15 minutes, I'll take one of these magnets and put it back on the refrigerator. That tells me that we have 3 stretch and folds left. So we'll be back in 15 minutes for the second stretch and fold, and you will be able to see how the dough has matured and the gluten, what gluten is there, has kicked in. The buzzer just went off on my phone, so we've completed the first one, and I'm going to put it right there. And let's see how our dough is doing. Okay, it's still breaking. That's north. East, it's a little better. South. And west. Okay. Oh, true confessions, I forgot to add the 3 tablespoons of sugar to the dry ingredients. And so I just sprinkled it, I stretched out the dough, sprinkled it over the top, worked it in a little bit, and then put it back. So it now is complete. So we are now finishing up the second stretch and fold. So I'll see you in 15 minutes. All right, second stretch and fold, done. And let's get busy on the third. Oh, look, our dough is rising. This is feeling a little bit different than other sprouted flours that I've worked with. It's still breaking, but we're going to continue. For those of you that don't know why I do northeast, southwest, it's because I rotate it 90 degrees each time. And I just do that. That was north, so this is east. That used to be, now see, it just came apart. Usually it sticks together, south. Okay, that feels a little bit better. We're going to go forward, but no matter. Okay. Into the third, stretch and fold. See you in 15. All right, this is going to buzz any moment. There it goes. It's silent now. So I just hit repeat because we have one more to do. So here we go. Here's north, east. Oh, it's sticking together. That's great. South. That was a little broken. And west. All right. Back in 15. The buzzer just went off and we are now finished with our stretch and fold. And we are ready to shape. So I'm just going to kind of roll it into a roll here. Just for rough dividing. No, I think that's not. Okay, so we are going to continue with this. So I just fold everything over, make a little circle, flip it, and because I'm not using any flour, it allows the dough to kind of stick to my countertop. It holds it while I then just roll it under my hand. And doing rolls this way is fast and very easy. So we'll continue with making these rolls and bring you back when we're done. All right, here's the last one. We have about 15 rolls. All right, now we are going to let these rise until they're nice and puffy, and then we're going to put them in a 400 oven. So we'll come back just before we put them in the oven. Our oven is up to 400 and voila! The rolls have risen beautifully. So they are ready to go in, and we will be back in 20 minutes when we take them out. Okay, they just came out of the oven, and so we're going to test one and see what it looks like. Nice, beautiful golden color, top and bottom. And wheat, 100% wheat rolls do not rise as high as the white flour ones do. Even the half and half rise higher than these, but a lot of people just like the plain wheat. We do too. They're beautiful inside, they're nice and fluffy. Just going to add a little bit of our ghee and have just a little bite. Ooh. Oh, marvelous. They are just fantastic. So now we have these dinner rolls. We'll have some for lunch and probably for dinner as well. I'm going to turn these out of the pan so they don't get over-steamed. And the gold color of the kamut really makes these beautiful. breaking them apart. All right. So it made 15 beautiful rolls, absolutely beautiful and delicious. So this is a recipe where you could also substitute other kinds of flour as well. You could do these half and half and they will be taller. You could use other sprouted wheat flour. You can just use regular wheat flour. This is a very versatile recipe. So I hope you enjoy it, and thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you very soon with more videos.